Hello there, many thanks for joining us on TVC News at 1. Now from the business desk, the federal government's total borrowing from the Central Bank of Nigeria through ways and means advances have risen by 96.54%, amounting to 8.92 trillion naira in just 2 years. Now the CBN in its latest data disclosed that 18.16 trillion naira owed by the federal government to the Apex Bank is not part of the country's total public debt stock, which stood at 39.56 trillion naira as of the end of last year. The World Bank had in November last year also warned that the Nigerian government against financing deficits by borrowing from the Central Bank of Nigeria through the ways and means advances, saying this puts fiscal pressures on the country's expenditure. However, despite warnings from experts and organizations, the federal government has kept borrowing from the CBN to fund budget deficits. In a related report from the Central Bank of Nigeria, it is also noted that Nigerians spent a total of $39.6 billion on foreign education and healthcare related services between 2010 and 2020. The Apex Bank, in its balance of payments report, shows that Nigerian parents and guardians paid about $28.65 billion for the awards to study abroad, while $11.01 billion was paid by Nigerians for healthcare-related services in foreign countries. According to the reports, the high cost of these services have drastically increased the demand for foreign exchange in the country, which have also put a strain on the value of the naira to the US dollar. The amount spent on these foreign services is also almost equivalent to the current value of the country's foreign reserves, which stood at $39.51 billion as at the 23rd of this month, highlighting its high cost. In the energy sector now, a total of 116.46 million litres of petrol valued at 18.88 billion naira was stolen in 2021. That's according to the latest data from the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. The NNPC, in its report on product pipeline performance for PMS, shows that from January 2021 till the end of last year, huge volumes of petrol imported into Nigeria by the National Oil Company did not get to their targeted destinations, as the products were lost through 4 pipeline segments, including Atlas Cove Mosimi and Atlas Cove Idimo Satellite, Mosimi Ibadan, Ilorin, and Port Harcourt Aba. For the month of January, a total of 6.37 million litres of petrol was lost through 3 pipeline segments, excluding that of Port Harcourt Aba, as there was no pumping operation on the line in January. International oil companies and their counterparts in Nigeria have so far maintained the massive oil theft across the country currently posing a threat to not just the existence but also to the Nigerian economy at large, thereby urging government to take speedy action to end the menace. And now the task of rebuilding the country is everyone's business, and this time the Association of Professional Bodies of Nigeria meets in Uyo on a presidential retreat. The event is aimed at brainstorming ways that would aid in national development. We have details in this report.
It is the annual retreat of the Association of Professional Bodies of Nigeria, held in Uyo. These heads of all professional bodies are brainstorming on ways to aid in national development with the theme, National Development Plan, the Role of Professionals.
The young professionals will be the lifeline for APBA in future. We believe that the local professionals are supposed to be challenged and not just be given peanuts that we live on. It's when you challenge your professionals that you have that required quantum leap for the nation.
Also, attention was focused on national growth strategies, resources management for national development, and advancing relationships with the arms of governments.
As professional bodies, people want to contest. We need to ask them, what do they have? The people who are coming in, do they want to do it? How do they want to run it? Rejig the way we do things. Rejig, bring up issues that we need to take to government and partner government in doing that. We shouldn't sit down. We shouldn't sit on the fence. We should be part of that development.
And we need to know also whether they have a plan or not. And so we have our own template with which to help them to perform better. But for national development to really become meaningful, all the professions must have their hands on deck. And that's one of the objectives of APBN, to be able to harness our intellectual resources, our professional resources, and our ethical resources to be able to engender national development.
The retreat is one of the flagship events of the APBN, ultimately aimed at self-assessment for the next year. Joseph Kunde, TVC News, Uyo.
And now shifting focus to the international front, Asian shares faltered and oil prices slid today as coronavirus lockdowns in Shanghai hit economic activities, while the yen extended its stomach-churning descent as the Bank of Japan stood in the way of higher yields. Risk sentiment was helped by hopes of progress in Russian-Ukrainian peace talks to be held in Turkey this week after President Zelensky said Ukraine is prepared to discuss adopting a neutral status as part of a deal. The equity action was also muted, with MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan flat, and the index is down so far 2.1% for the month, but well above recent lows. Chinese blue chips shared 0.8%, Japan's Nikkei lost 0.4%, but is still almost 6% firmer for the month as the sinking yen promises to boost exporter earnings. S&P 500 stock futures also eased 0.3%, while Nasdaq futures slipped 0.4%, and the Euro Stock 50 futures managed to add 0.3%, while London's FTSE futures also raced up about 0.2 percentage points. Wall Street has so far proved remarkably resilient to a radically more hawkish Federal Reserve. Markets are pricing in 8 hikes for the remaining 6 policy meetings this year, taking fund rates to 2.5% to about 2.75%. And in the cryptocurrency space now, Bitcoin surged 4.41% to hit $46,000 for $199.29 early on Sunday, adding $1,963.64 to its previous close. Now, Bitcoin, the world's biggest and best-known cryptocurrency, is up 41.1% from the year lows of $32,950.72 as at the 24th of January. Ether, that's the coin linked to the Ethereum blockchain network, also surged 3.92% to hit $3,270.67 on Sunday, adding $123.45 to its previous close. And now, the Bank of Japan desperately defended its yield targets today by making 2 offers in a single day to buy an unlimited amount of government bonds, as rising long-term interest rates pose the biggest challenge yet to its ultra-loose policy. The yield on the benchmark 10-year Japanese government bond hit a fresh 6-year high of 0.25% today, even after the central bank stepped into the market with an offer to buy a limited amount of JGBs to defend the implicit 0.25% ceiling set around its yield target. After this morning's offer failed to push down yields, the BOJ made a second offer in the afternoon to buy unlimited amounts of JGBs with maturities of more than 5 years and up to 10 years. The 2 offers, which are the first since February the 10th, underscore the Bank of Japan's resolve to keep rates ultra low, even as the central banks such as the U.S. Federal Reserve move toward rate hikes. Prospects of widening U.S.-Japan interest rate differentials also pushed the dollar to a more than 6-year high of 123 yen today, and markets have so far been focusing on when the Bank of Japan could step in to defend the 0.25% ceiling after refraining to do so on Friday, as the 10-year yield topped the level at which the central bank had offered to buy an unlimited amount in February. Wrapping up business news now, oil prices on the international market tumbled more than $5 today as fears over weaker fuel demand in China grew after financial hub Shanghai launched a two-stage lockdown to contain a surge in COVID-19 infections. Here's West Texas Intermediate crude recorded a price dip of 4.38% to hit $108.90 per barrel. Brent crude now sells at $115.90 per barrel, registering a downward price margin of 3.96%. Bonnie Light's performance is however starting the week in the green territory with a price increase of 0.67% to sell at $120.70 per barrel, and for the OPEC basket, crude oil dealers offer $118.70 per barrel with a price uptick of 1.52%.